pond.
Make sure that I empty the shed, knock the shed down, knock the concrete out.
But it's happening. I am building my new pond.
It's all about making room. Look at the state of this as well. Get rid of this, all of them chairs. So I can get rid of my shed. Right, let's get it all gone. Even got the wife still helping. I've actually took the skimmer out the pond at the moment. Right, the hours of the day's running out for a while because I got a lot of digging to do. Look, a tarantula. I can tell why this shed never come down. There's more metal than what there is wood. As they say, Rome wasn't built in a day, but it's certainly being built, so I can still put out content.
Right then guys, welcome back to another video. What an absolute banging day it is today. I don't know if you know, recently I've had problems with my skimmer I've just fitted, and I've had about enough of it. I'm spending money constantly. I've been speaking to the wife, and I have the thumbs up. Today I have got my new merchandise on. Thank you, mother, for the rabbits. Happy days. James the Koi Whisperer. And the reason why I'm wearing this new merch, and I would love the support from all of you guys, but it's happening. I am building my new pond. I am going to be building my dream pond. It's going to take a long time for me to get to where I need to get, but you can only get there if you start. So stick around for this video, and I'm going to crack straight on with it. Happy days. New pond.
So I've got to empty that shed out, completely get rid of everything inside of there. The first job before I do any of that, I've got to make myself a bit of room. All of this here, all needs to be moved. I need to move this into the front room to allow me to have a massive work area here where I can keep all of my tools while I build the new pond. A lot of you know it takes up a load of space, and it's a job that I need to do, is make sure that I empty the shed, knock the shed down, knock the concrete out, and start again basically. And you've got to start from somewhere, so I'm literally going to give myself a clean sheet, sort out the whole entire garden and start from scratch. Do it properly and do it right. I'm going to get this moved, get it into there, get my tool station set up, knock down the shed. So I've got to move all of this so I can put this one in here to make a bit of room for out there. It's all about making room, innit, love?
Yeah.
You give me the heads up saying I can make this new pond. I set up my computer area up here so it's up out of the way from the front room, just so I can carry on editing movies as I build this pond. And what we're going to do is move this, put this here, set up my computer desk over here, so we're all set up so I can still put out content to show you guys these videos as we make this new pond. Keeping the wife happy is key. If you can keep your wife happy, you can get away with building a new pond. Well, I can at least. So we got all this back in here. I've created a load of room out there. This will be my little tool shed for time being while I sort everything out. The next job is to dismantle the air pumps out of the pond, get them set up temporarily on the pond itself. Got a load more of my dodgy electrics to sort out. I don't recommend anyone to do. And everything's going to be changed. I'm going to get proper electrics outside to the pond this time, and then make all of this into a workstation. So I'm going to keep things as clean as possible. And well, that only means one thing: keeping the wife super happy. But what are you doing, Casey? Look at they look. They're going to get a lovely new home. Happy days. As you can see from the last video, I filled in that hole which I started to fit the skimmer. The skimmer itself is still only leaking very slowly. I mean, I'm losing minimal amounts of water, and the fish in here will be completely safe, no problem at all. Building a new pond, I'm going to show you what's happening and the plans that's happening, but to start with I need to get to a certain point before I can explain too much. Right then, so look at the state of this as well. Get that one packed away in the attic a minute. I've also got to find a way of plumbing up my air pumps, which is down there, and my UV. I'm not going to worry about heating the pond at the moment. I'm going to dismantle all of the electrics from my shed, take out everything, all of my tools, get rid of a load of things that I don't need, because I don't know if you're like me, any DIYer keeps stuff that you might need one day, but that one day hardly ever comes. It's always the way, if you chuck something out, you always need it. So I'm going to try to keep as much things as possible. The idea about me getting everything out of this shed is to rip the shed down completely. I've got 6 inches of concrete, which is roughly around 12-foot length. Got to get the hammer jacker in, get rid of all of this concrete, dismantle the shed, smack it all down. It's going to make some banging videos. If it comes to the situation where this pond is in the way and the koi are in the way and I can't keep them here, I'm going to have to find out a way of making a temporary pool somewhere. I don't want to cause the fish any sign of stress and me not be able to look after them and me end up losing the fish because of maintenance, making sure they're all right. I've spoken to my koi dealer. He's willing to give me a trade price on my koi, but that is my last option. I will probably announce if I come to that stage, if it gets to that stage, that I'll probably announce it to allow you guys to get yourself on an absolute bargain. If it's the worst thing that I want to do is lose my fish. I love my fish to bits, but if it comes to it, I've got to look at the final project, and the only way to do something properly sometimes is to start with a complete clean slate. That being said, let's crack on, let's empty the shed and we'll go from there. I've got to get those air pumps set in behind here. I'm going to waterproof it, so all the electrics, the air pumps, the UV is all running through this pond, and I can dismantle the shed, get the hammer jacker in, start bagging up concrete, start digging out gravel, and well, get rid of this, all of them chairs. The shed will be all right, that can stay in place, but I want to get rid of everything in the garden, and then you can see where you're at. So we have a workstation. You cannot build anything without a workstation. I've got to keep it tidy and I've got to keep it so I know where everything is. Well, certainly clearing out the shed now. I'm going to save everything. Everything I can save, I'm going to save. Just taking apart all of the bits, all of the boarding that I've lined this shed out with. If I can save it, I'm going to save it because it might come in handy. Once I get everything tidied out of here, I've still got a load of paint to get rid of as well. This is what I was saying about that any DIYer keeps stuff, but you don't necessarily need it. It's like I've got a little bit in there, a little bit in there, a little bit in there. Touch-up jobs that we all get up to. So I need to find a new home for that. What I'm thinking of doing is boxing it all up, taking it over my farms in one of those very useful tubs and just storing it over there, because if I need it, I can go and get it. So that, you know, in effect, I can get rid of my shed. That being said, let's crack on and I'll be back with you shortly once I get everything gutted out of this shed. Tell you what, look at the size of this beast. This is one hell of a spider. Look at the size of me. Go out and find a new home to live. Go on. You're free. You're free. You're free. It's like a tarantula. Right, let's get it all gone. Even got the wife still helping. She's going to run the chairs over to my parents' farm, store them in a barn somewhere. They can come back when the project's all done. We're certainly getting there. As they say, Rome wasn't built in a day, but it's certainly being built. Right, so my next job is to move these air pumps outside, and my plan is to put these, I'll just show you, tidying up the garden a bit here as well. So my plan is to put these down here. I've just cut a bit of scrap wood for now. This is under shelter here, and it's under shelter here. So I'm just going to put all 3 air pumps along the back. Like I said, I'm not worried what it looks like. It's not going to stay like it. I've actually took the skimmer out of the pond at the moment. Purely the fact I've got to rewire it up. The wire is out of the shed. So for the time being, it's staying out of the water. And we'll just see what happens to my water quality. I'm just going to take it down the back now and show you what's going on. I've still got my UV to disconnect and try to rewire up. But same thing, I might give it a little test without running it for a few weeks and see if my water does start going green. The cowboy job in behind here. But for time being, I've got 2 air pumps running. So I've got one running for my moving bed, and then I've got one running for my Epic 2.0. So I've just wired them up to here. I'm going to cover all this up. I've got a roof on it here, and I am completely under shelter. It never gets wet in here, it never gets damp in here, so I'm pretty safe that this will be all right. But like I said, I'm gonna cover it up just to make sure. But I'm only going to be running that one and that one, and if it trips, I've got it on a trip. I haven't got hardly any cable left at all for this UV. Like I said, I don't want to spend any money to keep this pond running just to chuck it out. So the pumps are down here, and they're actually wired up to an outside plug. So what I might do is disconnect the UV, put another plug into that, and then buy myself another one of these boxes which I will use again, but then I can get my UV running. But I'm not concerned about it at the moment. I'm not worried if the bulb don't run. Like I said, it's winter time. We've got the roof on the pond, and the worst thing that can happen is the water will just go slightly a little bit green, but the fish will be absolutely fine. Right, the hours of the day's running out. Let's get rid of my today's collectings. Get rid of all of this. Look at that, no point keeping it. That's all old and rubbish. Seen I put my spades up here because that's where my tools are gonna live for a while, because I got a lot of digging to do. So I've pretty much got a bit of wood to burn in a minute. Stuff that's no good. I've got a couple of frames left. I'm going to keep them. That there's my outside light there. That there's going. So I'll do that next weekend. This here is all dead. There's no live to it. But I want to save all the cable because I'm probably going to re-need it. So I'm no point cutting it. I'm going to try to save it, wrap it up just in case. All of the board on the inside, it's like a full sheet there, a full sheet there. I'm just going to unscrew it and it will be handy just in case I need it. See where I used to have my tools? But yeah, I'm going to get all this up. Next weekend, the job is to get rid of this whole shed, knock it down completely. Might end up burning it. I've patched it up so many times over the years. It's about 10 years old. It's still full of life, but at the moment, where I need to build the pond, it just needs to go. All of the bits on the pond what I've mucked around with over the last couple of years, I'm going to get rid of it all. Well, there's only so many times you can give something a bit of TLC, and this stuff is well old. I've had it for about 10 years. I've painted it every single year. It looks cool, it looks wicked, but it all needs to go. Happy days. You wouldn't believe it, but all of these screws have just come out from all of the shelves I've had up, everything I've put in place, and now it's empty. It looks quite big in this shed, but that's a hell of a lot of screws. I can tell why this shed never come down. There's more metal than what there is wood. So, as you can see, everything's had a nice clean down again. I got to clean down every time I do a job for the pure fact of we got a dog and the wife will go nuts if I let her run in and out the house. I'm just finishing off the water change and I've got loads of stuff to tell you. Obviously, I've got my tool station set up now, so I'm happy about that. A lot of the equipment, when I've finished building this pond, I'm going to take over to the farm and just store it over the farm. Because like this saw here, I only need it when I do a job. So I can go over, pick it up and then bring it back. I'll keep my normal tools. I'll keep all of that in the fishing shed. But a lot of the stuff that I got, I don't need every day of the week. So I can pick it up when and if I need it. That will allow me to have an even bigger pond. And well, on that note, I've got loads of stuff to talk to you about my plans, where it's going to go, how big the pond is, how deep the pond is, what filtration system I'm running. Well, that's endless. But that being said, happy days. A good day's work done. A lot more to do next weekend, mine. A lot more to do for the next how many weekends? Thank you, mother of the rabbits. The videos coming up are going to be banging. I can tell you that 100%. I've got so much stuff to come up. I've got so many things to tell you. Smash that thumbs up. Give me some support. If you want to check out my merchandise, all of the stuff's available down in the comment section. Be super happy if you guys can get on board and support me, because you all know how much this is going to cost. Everyone knows how much things are going to cost. And well, I'm just going to bite the bullet, and whatever funds that I can't get hold of, I am going to see my bank manager, because this is something that I really want. You only live once in life. And well, on that note, happy ponding, happy days, and I'll catch you on the next one.